Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short little video that is explaining how I'm going to be organizing the resources and the materials and things I'm going to be sending you while we were out of school. So I know that this screen right now says Algebra 2. I have created a Livebinder for each of my classes. So there is a Livebinder for Algebra 2 and there is also one for Geometry. I am going to send a link very shortly after I send you this video to those Livebinders. Now, the geometry, of course, is different. I just didn't see a need in creating two videos that were pretty much going to be the same. The only thing different is the content. The setup will be exactly the same. So you start out with this table of contents, and it just tells you the different pages and stuff like that. It's really kind of a skeleton at the moment because there's a lot more stuff that I want to add, but I wanted to go ahead and send this out to you because I had several questions of if we can't get to school to pick up a packet, then what do we do? I've put the packets on this Livebinder also, and I'll show you that. I've also had a lot of questions of, are the packets optional? Yes, the packets are optional. We don't really have any way to enforce that you actually do the packets. However, this is a time where you really need to be responsible for your own learning. I cannot force you to do the packets because some of you couldn't collect them. Some students don't have internet access to get the virtual packet. However, like I said, it is a time for you to be responsible for your own learning, to take action and to review the stuff that we've covered and potentially work toward things we haven't talked about yet and practicing for the ACT because those are kind of big things. But back to this. First tab is just a list of ways to contact me. Now, if you're watching this, you are more than likely set up for Remind. However, I've listed everything here just so that way it's there. I do have a problem of a lot of students are not signed up for Remind, and I know that several students do not check their school email regularly. That's the only way I can contact people. So if you have friends in the class or anything like that who you know are not signed up for Remind, or even if you're not sure, just text them or message them on Facebook, send them a DM on Twitter and say, hey, this is what Miss Davis or Miss V, whatever, has sent out. I don't know if you have access to it or not. So that's how you can get a hold of me. Next tab is just calculators because I know many of you may not have them, especially graphing calculators. So the first is just basic. It just kind of does the simple stuff, and then there's a graphing calculator where you can put in your equation and it'll actually graph it. Now here is where it starts to differ between whether you're in Algebra 2 or whether you're in Geometry. It's been up in the air of if you'll get one packet, if we'll send out several packets, so I've labeled the packets with the dates. The packet that you would have gotten today, or maybe you did get today if you went to school, I've uploaded it as a PDF. It's scanned and it's not the best scan, but I've uploaded it as a PDF. So that way you can print it if you need to. You can just look at it on your phone and do it on a separate piece of paper. You don't have to do all of these even because, again, it's optional. You can do only the evens. You can do only the odds. You can look at stuff that I have no idea what I'm supposed to do there, so maybe I should try those. But there's a PDF version of the packet. Now here's the stuff that I haven't completed yet, but that will be uploaded eventually. So under packet directions, it's going to be something similar to this, a video where I kind of talk you guys through, okay, numbers 1 through 6, you have to use the slope formula. Here's the slope formula. Here's where you can find it in your notes, all that good stuff. That's going to be under this tab. There's just nothing there yet. Now, speaking of notes, I know that several of you turned your notebooks into me that Friday before we left, and I still have them. They're still at the school. So, it would be really unfair of me to be like, hey, you need to do this stuff from home and you don't even have any notes. So, under this tab, eventually, hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, I will post pictures of the pages of your notebook that correspond with the packet. So the pages that talk about slope and how to find slope between 2 points and how to find the slope when you're given a line on a graph. So I'm going to post those pictures in this tab. This review tab, again, there's nothing in there yet. This review tab is going to have more information, more practice problems that you can do over stuff that we've covered. It may be Edulastic assignments, anything like that, but it's stuff that theoretically you should know how to do. This Work Ahead tab is kind of the opposite. It's stuff that we haven't talked about yet. In Algebra 2, we're sitting pretty good because it's a year-long class. In Geometry, it's a semester-long class, and we were only there the first 9 weeks. There's a lot of stuff we haven't covered. So if you're interested, I'm going to put some Work Ahead stuff here. There's also an ACT tab. I figured I'd put the link to ACT Academy, Schmoop, some ACT review problems, all that good stuff. Now, you're probably wondering, why did she bother to make this video or send this to us when it's pretty much empty at this point? I just wanted you guys to know that I'm working on something, and if you're stressing out over I couldn't pick up a packet, now you have access to it on the same day, only a couple hours later than when everyone went and picked theirs up. So the link that I sent you, in your mind, it will always bring you to this Livebinder page. Even after I've updated it, it'll bring you to the same exact page. So it may look differently if you log on a couple of days from now, but it's technically the same thing. So thank you guys so much for being patient. If you have questions, please let me know. And I would love it if you guys would work on some stuff. You don't have to work for hours a day, but just don't waste this time. Use this time wisely. And learn and review and practice as much as you can. So if you need me, let me know, and have a good evening.